If we were to take a perfect or golden rectangle, break it down into smaller squares based on Fibonacci's sequence, and divide each with an arc, the patterns begin to take shape.
The other black hole was slightly smaller.
We've received smaller amounts each year, but certainly
So for a smaller award than she got.
But what's fascinating is that today is that married moms have a smaller penalty than unmarried moms do.
Stunting and wasting decrease human potential, not just for the obvious things that you're weaker and smaller than you would be.
All that are going to be a lot smaller than the HoloLens, which I'm holding.
Right, this segment's big, this segment's small, but you can't really say like how much bigger, how much smaller, or answer some of the more.
This is between groups of twins, but within twins it was smaller than between different groups of twins. But interesting.
In real life, when they're standing next to you, you feel just smaller.
You do have a lot of cities that are smaller where you do have Republicans.
Spreads it out, and sometimes when we consolidate, it feels like, oh, we have more money in our budget because we're making a smaller payment. And
we made them much smaller, so we made them much faster, much more energy efficient.
And eventually, when it gets easier to do those smaller things, you can focus.
The Netherlands is small, smaller than West Virginia.
And the dial got smaller and smaller until it was ultimately all touch with a single button.
And there was, of course, other spiral nebula like this that were smaller in angular size that must be further and further away.
So the cortex is smaller.
Stars come in many sizes, with larger stars being hotter and smaller stars being cooler.